Hi, in this video we are going to learn about some facts about rational and irrational number, and then we will continue by taking a question how to prove an irrational number. Okay, so first of all we need to know what is a rational number. Okay, rational number is defined as a number which can be written in the form of p by q, right, where p and q both are integers. Condition for q is that it is not equal to 0, and p and q both should be co-prime. Okay, so basically if I summarize this, we have first thing that it is in the form of p by q, a by b, whatever you want it, in the form of p by q, whereas p and q are integers, right? First point. Second point, that q should not be equal to 0. Our denominator will never be 0. Okay. Third point, p and q are co-prime. What is the meaning of co-prime? Co-prime means HCF is equal to 1. Means we will take p and q, such p and q, so that only one can divide p and q. I'll give you an example. Suppose I am taking 5 upon 10. Now generally we call it a rational number, but remember this, that we always write our rational number in standard form, right? So if we write it in a standard form, it will become what? 1 by 2. Now we cannot reduce it further, so this is my final rational number. Now this rational number, this has 1 as a factor, this has 1 as a factor, right? Only one can divide both 1 and 2, no any other number, right? So suppose 3 by 4, this is already in standard form, so and 1 is what? Their HCF. So p and q, basically what we are taking p and q as that only one can divide both p and q, nothing else, right? This is very important point, because by taking this point only we will prove that whether and how to show an irrational number and irrational number. Okay. Okay, now let us take other things. Now the properties of rational number is like, first one, rational number plus rational number will give you what? Always rational number, right? Similarly for what? Subtraction, rational number minus rational number is always a rational number. Rational number multiplied by rational number, again rational number, and rational number divided by rational number is always. Okay, we will use these four properties in detail later on. So just remember this, rational plus rational will give you rational, rational minus rational will give you rational, rational multiply and division also will give you rational. We cannot say this about irrational. Okay, so clear till here? Now next concept. Again, I am telling you all the concepts which are required to prove the irrational number. Okay, first is my definition, second is this form. Now third, suppose if I write 6 is equal to 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, now what we can say? We can say that 2 is a factor of 6, or 2 can divide 6, right? So we can write it like 2 is a factor of 6. Remember this statement because we will use this. 2 is a factor of 6. Okay, another thing is, suppose there is a prime number. Okay, suppose the prime number is 3. Okay, we already know what is prime number and what is composite number. So suppose there is a prime number 3, and if it can divide some number which is in the form of a square, right? Suppose let's take 9 square, which is 81. If 3 can divide 81, or this is a square, then 3 can also divide a. What is my a? A is 9, right? If 3 can divide 81, 3 can also divide square root 9, right? It is only true for prime numbers. Okay, only we are talking about prime numbers only. So prime numbers, if prime number can divide a square, it can divide a. Okay, now we will use all these concepts how to prove an irrational number. Okay, let us take that case. So our question is, first of all, that prove that root 2 is irrational. Okay, prove that square root of 2 is irrational. Okay, so this proof is basically, we say that we take one assumption and we prove that assumption wrong. Okay, this is called as proven by contrary. So contradiction method is known as contradiction method. So we will write it like, let us assume that root 2 is rational. That root 2 is rational. Okay, and then we will prove this assumption, whatever we are taking is wrong. Okay, so if it is rational, it can be in the form of p by q. So root 2 is equal to what? Some p by q, and you need to write it here that p and q, what are these? These are integers and co-prime. You can write in one sentence, co-prime integers plus q should not be equal to what? 0. This is very important. Okay, you need to write all this. So let us assume that root 2 is rational, and hence root 2 can be represented in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-prime integers and q is not equal to 0, right? Next, squaring both sides. Squaring both sides. What will have? Root 2 square is equal to this also, p by q square. Correct? Now what we will do? Next step, root 2 square is what? 2, and p square by q square. Correct? Next step, let's cross multiply it. So we can write that p square is equal to 2q square. Right? We have cross multiplied and I have written p square first. So p square is equal to 2q square. And I have told you my example where 6 was is equal to what? 2 multiplied by 3. So 2 is a factor of 6. So we can say here 2 is a factor of p square. So let's write 2 is a factor of p square. Now 2 is prime and p square is here. Again, in the earlier example, I had told you that if 3 can multiply a square, 3 can divide a square, and 3 can divide a also. So 2 will be a factor of p also. 2 is a factor of p, right? Now, if we know that, suppose number is 10 and we know that 5 is a factor of 10, okay? So what we can write? We can write it 5 multiplied by some number, right? Here in this case we can write 2. So if we know that 2 is a factor of p, we can write p is equal to 2 multiplied by some number. Let that number be r. Okay, let us assume that number be r. I just write it down here. For some integer r. Simple. Understood till now? What we have done? We have taken that, we have assumption that, let us assume root 2 is rational. Since we have taken root 2 as rational, we can take root 2 as p by q, because by definition p and q are co-prime integers. What is my meaning of co-prime? Co-prime means HCF is 1, and only 1 can divide p and q, right? And q is not equal to 0. Squaring both sides, we got root 2 square p by q square, cross multiplying p square is equal to 2q square. Then we can write 2 is a factor of p square, and then again applying the logic, 2 is a factor of p, so p is equal to 2r. Clear? Now, since p is equal to 2r, let's put the value of p here. Okay. Okay, I am writing it here only, but you need to write after this. So p is equal to 2r. Let's write 2r, right? 2r whole square, which is equal to what? 2q square. Correct? So we can write it here. 4r square is equal to 2q square. This will cancel 2, so it will be 2r square is equal to q square. Correct? Now again same situation like this. We can say 2 is a factor of q square, right? Again we can write 2 is a factor of q square. Next step, 2 is a factor of q. Now 2 is a factor of q square, 2 is a factor of q, and we already know that 2 is a factor of p also. But our assumption was that p and q are co-prime. Only one can divide this p and q both. But here we have shown that 2 can also divide p and q. 2 can divide p, 2 can divide q. It means something is wrong. It means the assumption that we have taken. So we will write like this. Since 2 is a common factor of p and q, our assumption is wrong. Okay, whatever we have assumed that root 2 is rational, according to what? That p and q are co-prime, and we have proved that p and q are not co-prime. P and q both have 2 also as a factor. So our assumption is wrong, and hence root 2 is what? We have assumed root 2 is rational. It is wrong. It means what is left? irrational. Understood? Now we will see how the other things can be proved related to that irrational number. The case is 5. Prove that 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Okay, here it will be given that root 3 is irrational. We know that root 3 is irrational. So how will you prove 5 minus root 3 as irrational? Okay, again here what we will do, we will assume it as rational number. So let us assume that 5 minus root 3 is what? Rational. Right? Since it is rational, we can write it in the form of p by q. So 5 minus root 3 is equal to p by q. Again you can write things here, p, q, co-prime integer, and q not equal to 0. Correct? We just need to rearrange things. Okay, let's take root 3 to the right side, p by q to the left side. So 5 minus p by q will be equal to root 3. I am doing it for subtraction, you can do it same thing for addition also. 5 minus p by q is equal to root 3, right? Now look at the left hand side. This 5 is what? It is a rational number. 5 by 1, correct? P by q we have already assumed it is a rational number, right? So in my earlier video, we have shown that rational number minus rational number should be what? It should be a rational number. But it is given that root 3 is what? Irrational. Again, something is wrong, right? So what we will do? We will write, since 5 is a rational number, or you can write 5 and p by q are rational number, hence 5 minus p by q should be rational number. Since 5 and p by q are rational number, our 5 minus p by q should also be a rational number, right? But we know that root 3 is irrational, correct? On left hand side we are getting rational, however right hand side is irrational. So there is something wrong in our assumption, hence our assumption is wrong and 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Correct? So So in this we have come to a property which is rational minus irrational will always give you what? Irrational. Or you can write it like this also, right? Even plus also. These both are same. No need to write this, right? So rational minus irrational is irrational. Irrational minus rational is also irrational. Irrational plus rational is also irrational. Correct? Here we have one rational, one irrational. Subtraction of 2 is irrational. But you cannot show it like this. You need to prove it like this. Okay? You can do it for plus also. Simple. Just do plus things here. Either 5 will go on that side. So p by q minus 5 and then add the same thing. Okay. Now next, let us take another example. Same case we can do for multiply also. Let's say 5 root 3. Again same thing. What we will do? We will take it as p by q and root 3 will be equal to what? P by 5q. 5 will come here. Now again p is my integer 5q, or you can say, you can write 1 by 5 multiply by p by q. This is my rational. This is also rational. Rational multiply by rational. Rational multiply by rational will always give you rational, but we know that root 3 is irrational. Same statements you can write everywhere. Okay. Now I am taking one typical case. Okay. Okay, two more cases. Let's say one is 5 plus 3 root 3. Suppose like this. Again it will be what? P by q. One by one we just shift all the numbers to right hand side. Correct? And then root 3 will be what? We divide everything by 3. P by 3q minus 5 by 3. This is also a rational number. This is also a rational number. Rational minus rational will give you rational, but we know that root 3 is irrational. Correct? Now, one case which is very important, like prove that 5 upon root 3 is irrational. Right? This is a very typical case. So what we will do, again we will assume it as a irrational or rational number, which is p by q. Correct? Now what is pq? Co-prime integer, and q is what? Not equal to 0. Right? We have assumed only q not equal to 0, nothing about p. Correct? So in some books they are wrong actually. In some books what they do, they just take the reciprocal of this. What they do? They do this. Root 3 by 5 is equal to q by p, and then root 3 is equal to 5q by p, and then write the same things, which is wrong. Why? Because we have assumed q as not equal to 0, p can be 0, and if p is 0, this whole thing will become not defined. In maths we don't take denominator as 0, right? So this method is wrong. Should not use this. Okay, so what we will do? We will rationalize it first. How? We will multiply LHS by root 3. Numerator, denominator both. This is called as rationalization. RHS is as it is. Okay. Now what will happen? This will become 5 root 3 upon 3. We cannot take the reciprocal as we have assumed only q as 0, right? q is not equal to 0 here. Now if you leave root 3 here, 3 will go there, 3p, and 5 will come down, 5q. Okay, now you can write that 3p and 5q both are my rational number or integer, so 3p by 5q is also a rational number and root 3 is irrational, hence our assumption is again wrong. Okay, so you can try other questions which will come as prove that and other things.